reflect. Thank you. Next on the agenda, roll call.
Supervisor Godey.
Here.
Clerk Baraco here. Treasurer Davis. Here. Trustee McKay.
Here.
Trustee Meinke.
Here.
Trustee Blanchard.
Here.
Trustee Hopkins.
Here.
7, we have a quorum.
All right. Next on the agenda is recognition of a citizen. And we actually have two on the same certificate. And this is for Mr. Peter and Mrs. Judy Van Gotham, who are Bedford Township residents. Dear Peter and Judy, Bedford Charter Township is proud to recognize and express our heartfelt appreciation to Peter and Judy Van Gotham for their outstanding dedication to our community through the operation of the Bedford Farmers Market. Your commitment to providing a welcoming, well-maintained space and offering high-quality goods has created a vibrant and much-needed resource for our residents. The market has become more than just a place to shop. It is a place where neighbors meet, friendships are formed, and community spirit thrives. We commend you for your care of the property, the warm atmosphere you create, and the effort put into making the market a success. Your hard work and passion are valued and admired by all who attend. On behalf of the residents of Bedford Charter Township, we thank you for your contributions and for enriching the quality of life in our community. So, here very quickly. And thank you both, honestly. Like, if it wasn't for our residents, we couldn't do it. I get it, for sure. And let's talk after, Cody and I have an idea of maybe where we can do it. So we'll talk after the meeting. Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay.
Didn't mean to circumvent you, but I figured he was the guy.
No, he is the guy. He's definitely the guy. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. There you go.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda is a supervisor report. I just have a few things. I did receive an email from the roof people, Superior Services. They're going to be here within the next couple weeks. It is not a moment too soon, especially for the firefighters right now. It was just pouring in there this afternoon, just to hold. It's wet back there. So by the end of the month, hopefully we'll have a new roof and we won't have any new spots. What was that?
Morning. No, it's 6:34.
Could be. Okay. Next Thursday, the 21st, I believe. We are going to have a CPR class here for the staff, CPR and AED for the staff here. So we'll probably be closed from about 9:30 to 11:30 on Thursday. We'll put a notice out on the website and on Facebook. And if you do come in that day, know that we'll probably all be dressed in blue jeans and a comfy t-shirt. Nobody wants to do CPR all dressed up. So just to let you know of that, that's exciting. Captain Godey from the fire department will be conducting that class for us. Next is August. It's our last full summer month, which is a little depressing for me. I love summer. Just so you know that today is Vinyl Record Day, for those of us who remember vinyl records. And it's also Youth Day, so figure that out. And then I just saw a notice come across my phone before about an hour ago, and it said American Online, AOL, is discontinuing their dial-up internet after 34 years. So Yeah. For those of you that don't know what that is, you'll have to look it up.
There's a soundbite out there for it.
Yeah. And that's all I have for the supervisor report. Next is approval of the agenda. Any additions, subtractions, or corrections?
So I would like to add a motion to approve the concrete work, to choose one of those two companies that submitted bids,
Okay,
so we can move forward with the columbarium.
can we add that to letter B, number 13?
The
And-
second page, the second phone.
Pardon?
Is this the second phone?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet.
On this one, Joyce
On the
Morgan,
phone.
and who was the
There's
other
two
one?
quotes in there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
two, there are two.
We'll go over
Yeah,
that when,
yeah.
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 Okay, and everyone has the one with the announcement, possible motion at the end. And is there any other additions, subtractions, or corrections? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Move to approve. Support.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is the approval of consent agenda items. On that, the minutes of the special meeting and the board meeting, payment of bills, budget report, the police and fire reports, building and zoning report, assessor report. She is on vacation and did not get that to me, so there's no report from the assessor. And then the planning commission liaison report. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Seconded by the treasurer. Is there any discussion? All in favor of approval of the consent agenda items, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next on the agenda is public comments on agenda items only. Welcome. Okay, next is our police and fire reports. Officer, you look a lot different than Officer LaValle.
Everyone had an operation though.
Yeah.
So, Officer Valley is actually at the Town Fair this week. Don't forget it's this week. So good and bad news. Bad news statistically, it would appear that crime is up in Bedford Township. That being said, the reason it's up is because more people are making traffic stops in the area of West Michigan and Husky. It's usually transient people who find they have warrants and they get picked up. So it's not necessarily crime that's happening here. It's self-initiated traffic stops along West Michigan Avenue between Battle Creek City and Kalamazoo. That being said, reported violent crime are down from last month. We had one break-in over on River Road at one of the, sorry, I also have somebody talking to me right now. There are floodings all up and down West Michigan and Dickman, so when you're driving home, be careful. We had one break-in at one of the marijuana grows over on River Road, and since then, we haven't really had much. So crime ultimately is down, almost zero violent crimes, and outside of that, there's not really much to report. There's a lot of traffic stops on West Michigan.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions?
I'm here all night.
All right. Well, that's good. Fire Chief Woodward,
Good evening, everybody.
that sounds different.
As you can tell, the weather's terrible. The troops out right now with trees down, wires down, all that kind of good stuff. That's been one of the things that's uptick this year is the trees down. We have a terrible problem with ants just eating up the trees. So calm, sunny days, trees fall down, limbs fall down, wires fall down. So please remember, if you come across a tree down, branch down, anything in your yard or in the neighborhood, stay away. The electrical lines, you may not have power, but somebody's generator may not be hooked up properly and back feeding into that. So if you see us at a scene, we're waiting for consumers to make it safe. They don't want us to basically damage their equipment. We don't want to electrocute our people. You know, that's never a fun thing. So, but overall, we had a very average month. We're on pace to do about 1,300 runs or so this year, which is average for us. We are going to kick off our fire academy in October. We have 7 different departments that are going to be sending people to us. So we'll have right around 20 people. So once they get through our academy, they come out as certified firefighters. Then they get to move into the medical portion. It's always fun. But other than that, I can't think of anything else that we do continuing education. We do have a continuing education class coming up. So it's constant training, and your people love to do it. They love to teach it. They love to be a part of it, and they just, like I said, right now they're out there in the rain and yucky and getting trees, getting the roads open, and making sure the power's safe. So, other than that, anybody have any questions?
We do.
Yes, sir.
I've been looking around quite a bit lately, trying to find a first aid, the cardio and all of that. Given an incident we had, Cody was one of the responders, down there. Are you thinking of maybe offering something like that?
I did get a list of the churches that I'm gonna be contacting. We are gonna be looking at having a community CPR. So, and do the hands-only CPR. So that's a very effective way. Initial, get on the chest, get that moving. So yeah, that is something that we are looking at, that we are gonna be putting forth for, to get as many citizens. The more bystander CPR we can get, the better it is for survivability. So, yeah, we are gonna do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And I don't see Representative Frisbee or County Commissioner Strawbridge. Next on the agenda are discussion items. Deputy Supervisor McCarty, Parks and Rec Committee.
So we had a meeting last week. We're working on the Fall Fest, obviously, all those festivities. It's currently scheduled September 20th, right?
Yes.
Yep, September 20th, down right in the village, Sweet Bierman Park. Still looking for someone that's willing to take on chairing the Parks and Rec Committee. So if you're interested, reach out to me.
Looking for someone to do what?
Chair.
I thought you said sharing.
No.
And I'm like, what?
You can cheer it on too. But also, yeah, someone willing to be the chair of the Parks and Rec Committee. So if you're willing, reach out to me, or if you just want to join the Parks and Rec Committee, feel free to reach out. That's about it. Fall Fest is the main focus.
Thank you. Fire Station 1 update. I don't have a lot to give you right now. Land Bank will be here next week
Tomorrow.
or tomorrow.
For the quarry.
So they have to, because there was asbestos in that building, there's all kinds of remediation they have to do before that's completed. So they're doing a walkthrough again tomorrow, and that starts phase 2 of the operation. Phase 3 will be toward the end of the year, November, December, where they tear it down. Then it'll be ready for a new station, Fire Station 1. But we're just kind of waiting for official word from them on the environmental impact and getting that taken care of before we can go further. Don't know if I put this on here, Trustee Hoskins. I'm not sure if you wanted to bring that up anymore about the township vehicle?
Yeah, we last month kind of talked about it and, I provided the mileage slips to all the board for probably the last 18 months and mileage totals. And then did you get a chance to talk to the insurance?
I did try,
Agent, okay.
that it would not be a problem to
Okay.
insure a vehicle, a township or a municipal vehicle. And it would be just making sure anyone who drives it, we have their driving record. And then it would be a wise idea to have a policy
Mhm.
on driving, which we need anyway. How many points we would allow on somebody's license
Before they couldn't drive. the
before they
vehicle.
would not be able to
Okay.
drive a vehicle, and that needs to be a policy that
Mhm.
the board needs to set maybe next month or,
Mhm.
I can get a draft policy ready and,
Okay,
we can go through it, but he said 6 or less should be, I know a lot of tickets are 3 points, at least the ones I've gotten. Not in a long time, but.
so I guess what we
What a
could
month.
do is maybe put it on the agenda for next month.
Okay,
And then
perfect.
maybe see about moving forward and maybe we could get some hard numbers on what it would cost to add everybody on and what the coverage we would have on that.
The coverage would just be for the vehicle itself, just like with the fire engines,
Mhm.
you know, those are what's insured. And, as long as we make sure the people that are driving them are legal to drive.
Right, because if something happened
So-
and they were driving our vehicle, it would go back on their insurance. Is that correct?
No.
It would go
be
on
a
our
different,
insurance.
uh,
Okay.
Insurance,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so I think we put it on the agenda for next month. If everybody's good with that.
And is this something you would want to put for the budget for 2026?
Yeah,
Okay,
so we wouldn't be per se moving forward in the next month or two with it. We would have to get that budget, make sure we have the money allocated for this and then move forward. But yeah,
perfect.
thank
Next,
you.
yeah, thank you. Next is soliciting permits. And, do you wanna?
Yeah.
Talk about that?
So we've had a lot of, people, not a lot, but more than normal coming in for soliciting permits recently. Which made us realize, both Lisa and myself, that we don't have any ordinance that dictates those soliciting permits, how long they're good for. When we run a background check, what's gonna disqualify them from actually getting one, those types of things. So we basically just need to create an ordinance or need to start discussing what they think is important for one of those ordinances. I've got a few printed off in my office. Steph is gonna send me a couple more examples. But the main things we need to think about are how long those are good for, and then what type of background, if it pops up on the background check, will disqualify them from getting one. We've got the cost nailed down on it, but that's basically all, you know, we basically just give them out after that.
And
So
it's $50 a permit, sorry,
No, you're fine.
correct?
Yes.
Yes,
50
And that's
per,
per person, correct?
Correct.
yes.
oh, per person that's soliciting.
Yeah, so
Or-
usually they show
so
up in
it's
like a
not-
van, with a couple people at a time. Sometimes when they hear the cost, they just hop in the van and leave. Other times they'll sit around and go through the process for it, but then how long is that good for? I know City of Battle Creek, theirs are usually, I think theirs are more expensive, but theirs are good through the end of the year. And they give them a specific City of Battle Creek soliciting badge, basically. They have to wear, and have showing at all times. They're only allowed to go from usually like 9 a.m. till sundown. So that's another thing we need to think of, is the time frame that they're allowed to operate.
Can we as a township stipulate that?
Yes,
Time?
yep,
Yes.
Okay,
yep, that would all be part of like a solicitor's ordinance.
okay.
So what I've noticed, in giving them out, they don't know the boundaries. Because
Yeah.
they've been in trouble with, the police going to Battle Creek area, trying to sell them things or invite themselves into their homes.
Yeah.
So they don't know the boundaries of Bedford.
Yeah.
They think that,
Providing a map would probably be beneficial, because they genuinely don't know where they're at.
Right.
and
Right.
most of them come from Grand Rapids or
Yeah, Detroit area.
Muskegon. There was a big group from Muskegon.
Now, is everybody underneath that soliciting, even if it's someone that is not selling anything?
Well, they said they're not selling. What they're doing is, providing opportunities.
So it's gonna be everyone, church groups and booksellers, college kids.
You have to get, I mean,
Anyone going door to door would basically
Okay.
fall under that ordinance.
Right.
So then the other thing is we should probably put times on that as well, when they cannot do that. But I'll tell you, I do a lot of, education in human trafficking. And the number one labor trafficking is from door-to-door sales. I don't know, a lot of people don't know that. So just be on the lookout for things like that, just to make sure that they appear to be safe. And it's always helpful to ask if they know what town they're in or where they're at, because people that are trafficked often don't even know what town they're in. And that is a red flag. The other thing I would say is, you know, we've had people knock on our neighbor's door at 8:30 at night before selling a vacuum cleaner, and they're acting almost desperate to sell. And I know from the training that I do is if they don't bring home enough money at the end of the day, they're going to pay a price. And there's a lot to human trafficking. I'm not saying that every door-to-door sales is that at all, but just red flags to think about. And I know that I put some flyers out on that table in front. I'll make sure that those stay on the tables so that you guys have that, but just something to think about when you're answering your door.
Yeah, as well as reiterate that if they're pushy or harassing or threatening, call the police. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what
For sure.
they would need to do and then let us know as well.
I know there's a process here, but would you mind if I chime in for?
No.
Please.
There's a couple that have been coming around, they'll try and work their way into your house to, mostly just to talk to you, but they'll ask to like use your Wi-Fi and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure most people are smart enough to understand if you have a door-to-door salesman asking to use your Wi-Fi to help facilitate the sale, it's not a good idea to let them in general. The companies are legit, but when you look into them a little bit more, they just have bad business practice. It's not necessarily that they're doing something illegal, it's just bad business practice. So don't sign anything that they hand you. We do have a lot of kids that have done it thinking that it's an opportunity for them, and then their gas bill goes up by $500 in 3 months. So just be careful with that. Also, the city ordinance for solicitation is very dry and clean cut and very useful. And for us, it'd be much easier to just move it.
Awesome.
If you put a time at the end, it makes it a little bit more difficult rather than just saying sundown. Because sundown in the winter is fun.
Right. Earlier.
So
Good.
you can get that,
All right.
Cody. You can get that, Cody.
So,
You can
Yeah.
get the cities and then we
Yeah,
can go over.
if I think that's one I might have.
Okay. Thank you.
And then the ordinance for vehicle nuisances.
Yep, so last month, or the beginning of last month, Seth sent me the city of Battle Creek's vehicular nuisance ordinance, which is something they recently passed. And the prosecutor reached out, asking if we could adopt the identical ordinance, if not something similar. I'm sure Officer Phillips can speak a lot to it, but a lot of the big bike groups, motorcycle groups that roll around, they, shut down intersections, so 50 of them can go through. They like to hang out in the Urbandale, Bedford areas. So this would give them way more leg to stand on in enforcing what they're allowed to do. Phillips might be able to speak on how much more of a problem they are.
So that covers not only the motorcycles, but it covers quads, mini bikes, dirt bikes, and it allows us to. Right now, we have to see it in order to deal with it. The nuisance ordinance allows us to handle it even if we don't see the vehicle on foot. So it allows us to essentially, if we find the guy with the bike that's been doing donuts in your yard, right, we can go over there and take that mini bike or whatever it is and hold it on a new one. It becomes useful when you have people doing 60 miles an hour down yield brakes on a quad.
we as the public could report it is what I think, if there's a nuisance in your neighborhood or a property, whatever, if they're racing up and down your street, you can,
Yes,
you have to get a license plate number, because a lot of them don't have those, or just a description.
just a description and then we kind of investigate.
Or if you're on your radar camera.
That
That's
would-
even
that
better.
would-
That's helpful,
that would
right?
follow- That would
Yeah.
fall in, and then also helps with people who flee from us on the mini bike.
I know that's been an issue this year. Have you, the motorcycles that were going, covering Morgan Road pretty heavily last year, they still at it this year, or is that slowed down?
It
You
slowed
know?
down a lot,
Hasn't?
and it was due to a accidental death
Okay,
over on Morgan Road, so
Yeah.
it was people showing up to that. Moved over into Urbandale after a young kid affiliated died.
okay,
It's calmed down.
okay, good. Thank you. The only other real quick thing I wanted to mention is the security system. We signed that back in January or February, I think, with Night Watch to get our security system all updated. They have been working on it. They will likely and hopefully get it all finished next Wednesday. So both here and at Fire Station 3. We don't have anything under unfinished business. The petitions and new business, we have a motion to approve the updated policy manual. Is there a motion?
I so move.
There's a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thanks. There are some discussion items on this that I wanted to go over, and these I just highlighted that stuck to me, but you may have more or different ones. On page 5, the conditions of employment, the nature of employment. I'm not sure that I liked the way that that was written or the way the sentence structure is, so it might just be me. We do have a college professor on our board here, so
Wordsmith.
yeah.
Terry, if I could ask a
Of
question.
course.
I would really like more time to go through this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
I mean-
fine. I had promised it for this
Yep.
meeting, so that's why I tried to, get it done, get the changes in, get the updates. But do you want to talk about the highlighted areas? Just
Sure,
the
that's fine.
questions that I had real quick.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't like that sentence structure. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just me. Under the wages and salaries on page 6. I don't like that sentence structure either, but that's something that maybe.
Should we read that out loud so the public knows what we're talking about?
Sure, it just says, it is recognized that the largest and most important part of compensation is the wage, but do not overlook the other parts of compensation. And then such as medical insurance, I don't know if that really is part of a policy. You know what I'm saying? That just sounds more like a description versus a policy, but that again, might just be me, being picky. So take a look at that. And then on page 9, and I know we had talked about this over the holiday earlier. July 4th was on Saturday this year, Friday. Friday. As you know, the office is open Monday through Thursday. So, it turned out that many cities and townships all took that Thursday off because the holiday fell on a Friday. So they had Thursday as the holiday. Friday was their regularly scheduled day off. And then, so that's why I had that highlighted. Then the other one, and I was reviewing a lot of this today with the retirement plan. I personally have never heard of a company or an employer giving 11% for the retirement plan. Even as a former state employee, I was at 7%. Where I'm at currently is 6%. I don't know. When I looked up the legalities of that, it doesn't say. There's an amount that you can't go over per year, and the labor department changes that every year.
Right.
It's just something to consider. 11% is pretty high for a company.
Do the employees here have to contribute to match, or
No,
it is, okay.
Usually when they're up that high, you do have to contribute so much.
Some, and then.
To get it up that high, you have to match them so much.
Is it like a
Yeah.
5% choice, do you know? That you have to contribute?
you don't.
They don't have.
You don't
They
have to
don't have to
contribute.
do,
You
no.
will.
Can
They
you?
don't.
Yes.
I know at Denzel, they did go, that's, of course, that's a manufacturing company. They did do 11, but you had to put in 7% of your own money.
To get that
To
11%.
get that 11.
So,
Otherwise, you
okay.
didn't get it.
All right.
So.
My question is, do you know how long the 11% has been in effect? Joyce, or I guess who?
I know it's
More
been a
than,
while.
I've been here 15 years and it's longer than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. It's always been 11?
That's since I've been here. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's not always been 11.
No?
You guys need to know a little more about history about that.
Okay, good.
But I'm not telling you right now.
Okay.
But you were here when you
So, but
started, it
Tom
was
was-
11%,
Well,
right?
Tom was a supervisor, so
Okay,
he controlled it. He
okay.
knew it, the ins and outs of it.
I don't know. I just don't, that seemed very high to me, so that is why, I highlighted that. It doesn't mean that I'm
Yeah.
right
No,
or anything, but that was, it just,
You, have to be vested in before you get it, like at Denzel, I think it was 5 years.
5 or 6
You had to
years.
be there that long, or they take a certain percentage of it back.
It's not 5 years.
Is it anything?
Yes,
Okay.
I guess maybe that's something we could look into.
Yeah,
right,
What
for sure.
right.
the laws or the legals on that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is high.
You don't need to get better educated.
Well, that's another thing too, that I talked a few months ago about some kind of committee.
Somebody from from whoever oversees the retirement
Mhm.
should come here and
Mhm.
talk
Right.
to everybody, and
And update everybody what we
Yeah.
should be doing.
we just had that at my job, and they explained so much, and the difference between a Roth IRA versus a 401k and that kind of thing. So the next on page 12 is that was something that I added. I just need, before that really gets set in stone, that we should have make sure that we have a contract with occupational health, that the employee may be required to submit a report from a healthcare provider following a prolonged illness or injury to confirm ability to return to work to perform the essential functions of the position with or without reasonable accommodations.
But on this, it's going over like it's umbrellaed over everyone, and that the elected officials, I don't think that would pertain to them.
I would.
Well, yeah, the elected officials are, yeah. They're
It's
not-
to protect public-
Early on this, in the introduction, it says that it shall cover all employees of Bedford Township.
Yeah.
And it says does not cover elected officials or appointed members of boards and commissions. So.
Is that something I wonder in every township, or is that something we can change? You know what I mean? Elected to hire.
No, elected officials are, the only thing that could ever happen to an elected official is to be censured. Or they could be removed from office by the governor, which doesn't occur.
Well,
So,
yeah, and
Yeah.
kind of getting off a little bit, but if an elected official wants to have a vacation or time off or misses a day, who do they let know that? Who approves that, I guess?
we have a shared calendar where we all put in any days that we're gonna be out of the office. For employees, they submit that to the supervisor. If it's a deputy treasurer to the treasurer, if it's a deputy clerk to the clerk.
So you can approve or deny that.
No.
Not for the deputies,
Really?
only for the other employees.
And
Like
not
code
for the,
compliance, zoning,
No,
or,
she can't approve for us.
no, they have, their office is completely, the law's pretty clear on
Hmm.
that they're a separate entity, both the treasurer and the clerk. Well, and the supervisor too, so, yeah. Yeah.
I also see something on page 9 you might wanna look at, it's for your vacations. You got 90 days, you get so many days, and 1 to 5, you get
Yeah.
10, then 3 to 6 years. It should be 6 to whatever, I mean, you got. The way I look at it, it says 1 to 5, you get 10 working days.
should that be 1 to
From
2
3 to
years?
6 years, you get 12 days. I mean,
Overlap.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Overlap.
So
overlap
it
by a
should be
couple
1 to
years.
2 years for the 10 working days, not 1 to 5, I think.
Well, good catch, Bruce.
Yep.
All right. The next one is page 13, for bereavement leave. It says if the funeral is more than, it gives who would be specifically for bereavement leave. But if the funeral is more than 200 miles from the township, the employee may be granted an additional calendar day off without pay, and I put in here, could they use sick time? If, rather, than have a not paid day. I feel like that would be the decent thing to do, but, that's up to you guys. That's why I had that highlighted
Or
on
vacation
page
time.
13.
Yeah, or vacation.
Yeah.
These are just all things that we could actually put on to discuss for later.
Of course. So number 14, this is really a OSHA requirement. Any of our township employees, the fire department knows this well. If your job requires you to be in or near a roadway, a reflective vest must be worn at all times. And I think that's important. We have those reflective vests that identify as Bedford Township. I don't think it's a bad idea for anybody going to even people's homes to be wearing that, because it does identify you as a Bedford Township employee. But I think the biggest deal is if our guys that work on the lawns, our code compliance officer should be wearing a vest. Do you agree with that? Okay.
Yeah,
Be identified.
Yeah.
and safety.
Yeah.
So the other page 15, it's about education, and I just highlighted the information here. And I think we're getting close. Sorry, you guys, for all the highlights. I guess I didn't realize there were that many. And then page 21, toward the bottom, at no time may an employee drive a township vehicle or conduct township business if they are under the influence of alcohol or drugs. All employees who drive a township vehicle or conduct township business are subject to random alcohol and drug screening. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's kind of a standard practice.
Yeah, I think that's necessary.
That was all I had.
Well done.
Thank you. So I know the motion was to approve. We can table it, or we can, vote however you want for it, but I mean, we can't really approve it the way it's written right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no highlight,
Hey,
approve with highlight,
The table means to bring it up at the end of this meeting.
or the next meeting. Has to be one or the two. It's gotta be
Well, then I would say we table for the next meeting.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's probably gonna
Or we
be
can postpone it.
several meetings, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because even if we table
Probably.
it for next meeting, we don't have to vote on it then, correct? We can still carry it to the next month with changes, or we have a special meeting to go over it.
okay,
I mean, I'm not opposed to that either. There's a lot in here that really needs.
there
to
is.
be-
so we,
yeah.
can we even postpone it for a while?
Yeah,
So everyone
I-
can get through it?
Personally, I will vote no to the current motion.
Do it a roll call, do you want voice vote or do?
We should probably do a voice or a roll call, sorry.
Trustee Blanchard,
No.
trustee Hoskins,
No,
trustee Menke,
No,
clerk Baraco, no. Treasurer Davis,
No,
trustee McKay,
no.
supervisor Godey.
No.
7 no. Motion doesn't carry.
Right, next is concrete for the columbarium.
Okay, so I have, I contacted 4 different concrete companies. I met with 3 of them.
Oh, we should probably do a motion first,
Oh,
right?
sorry, yeah, sorry.
So a motion to approve the concrete,
oh,
sorry, thank
support.
you. Let Joyce figure out the language, how's it?
It's right here. I wrote it.
Okay. Motion to approve the quote from Morgan's Concrete in the amount of $8,300 for the concrete work associated with the columbarium and benches. Are you good with that change, Bruce?
mhm.
Okay. And you're
So is
okay
it-
with the second? Okay, all right. So now discussion.
Okay, sorry about that.
Well, it's all me, so.
Okay, so I sent out, or I contacted 4 different concrete companies, met with 3 of them. 2 of them returned quotes. And you have them in front of you. You'll see one was pretty detailed in his quote, the second less so. And then this last sheet that you have, it just gave a spectrum of the project that we're doing. So the final columbarium project. And with this, they anticipate that they can start pouring in September, and then we can have delivery of the columbariums in October or early
Wow.
November.
My question just on this submitting that it's very important about the concrete for the thickness, because these are heavy.
Correct.
Did they?
They had the
concrete,
spec sheet.
They had the spec, so they know what the weight is that we're gonna be sitting on that.
So they actually had the information that came directly from
Nelson?
Nelson.
Okay.
So it has the dimensions, it has the weights, has everything. So they all had a whole packet to work with. So everyone was working with the same information.
so,
And that second bid was just a text?
It was a text.
Wow.
But,
Can
you know,
anything
in all
else?
fairness, if that's how he submits, then that's what I sent
Yeah.
a message back that I would submit it.
Sure.
So,
No, I like the detail to Morgan.
yeah,
Something in writing.
Yeah, right,
and so
in
I
details.
haven't worked with, Morgan's before. It was the first time I met him.
Did we check the reviews for them?
I have worked with
Yeah,
Morgan,
okay.
they did a lot of concrete, we had our concrete around our pool done last year. They created a new sidewalk from our shed down to our deck there, and very happy with the work.
One other question, Joyce, on this one, is this for both of the niches in the
Yes.
locations we had talked about?
Correct.
And we,
And the sidewalks leading up to them.
yep, so
And
it's
then-
close to the road, not much concrete
Correct.
to be,
And
okay.
then, the extra for the benches.
Yep.
So the 4 benches will have.
Mhm.
Yes.
So as quote 2 is a little less robust.
Yeah.
Does this, so he says he can get slabs done for 4,100. Does that include, because one includes a sidewalk,
So the bid was for a sidewalk. That was
so this is including a sidewalk.
no. I mean, I don't, that's what it
That's what you
said.
get.
So
I don't think anybody.
they all have the same information.
Well,
So that's
something
just a
because you
basic.
can't have that big of a difference.
Right, so if it's for the slabs, then the second bid is actually more.
It would be more,
Right.
correct. I would imagine if he was adding sidewalks, it would be more than the 4,100.
Yeah,
But it's just the,
I'm just saying, if y'all see this later, it's deceptive because not everything is necessarily apples and apples.
no.
It's not
different.
detailed.
Mm-mm.
He obviously is not doing as much as this guy's.
Mm-mm.
Well,
I'd say as
for
long
what
as
he
this-
is doing, he's coming in at more than the first guy.
As long as Morgan's has our specs of how big these are and heavy.
they do.
And this is what it's gonna, I think that's a fair
They
bid.
do.
Yeah. Doing it before, I think it's a fair bid. I would call them.
So Lisa and I did meet with them, each one, to go through all the pieces, all the, where we were putting it. They got to see the land, they got to measure. And then this is,
They're right on site.
yes.
So one question is the niches are gonna go north and south? And then the concrete to them?
So one is east and west,
Okay,
the one where the pine trees were.
Yeah.
And then the other one is north and
north and
south.
south, okay.
Correct.
And then the benches, where will they concrete those benches? They're gonna be
They,
on each side?
so I believe that the one that is north and south will go front and back. So
Okay.
they'll be on the east and west, and
Okay.
then the other one will be the opposite.
Okay, and then when we met out there, that was good location, because it's not gonna cover or be too invasive for the other
Correct.
people.
But it also gives a
money.
feeling of, just something new in the cemetery.
Right,
Something to look forward
It
to.
spruces it, it freshens it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
you can see one from the
Mhm.
other, which is
Mhm.
nice,
I like the
but it's
location.
investing in the cemetery.
Any other discussion on this? All right, so we have a motion and a second. We've had our discussion. Do a roll call?
Trustee Hoskins.
Yes,
Trustee Menke.
Yes.
Clerk Baraco, yes. Treasurer Davis.
Yeah.
Supervisor Bodie.
Yes.
Trustee McKay.
Yes.
Trustee Blanchard.
Yes.
7 yes, motion carried.
All right. The next thing, before public comment is an announcement with a possible, motion, and I will just read this to you. Fellow board members, this is a letter from me to you. It is with genuine sadness that I submit my resignation as supervisor of Bedford Township effective September 1st of this year. As you know, I've been working to balance my township responsibilities. Sorry. Yes. Okay.
As you know, I have been working to balance my township responsibilities with the demands of my full-time employment. Unfortunately, I have found that I cannot dedicate the time and attention necessary to fully meet the legal and leadership responsibilities of this role. My career requires frequent travel, and the upcoming schedule will take me out of the state for much of the next several months, making it increasingly difficult to serve the township as it deserves. During my time as supervisor, I have been proud of what we have accomplished together, from meaningful community initiatives to improvements in township operations. Our shared efforts have been made positive difference for our residents. I am grateful for the dedication, collaboration, and support shown by my fellow board members, our employees, and the citizens of Bedford Charter Township. It has been my honor to serve the community, and I wish each of you and the township as a whole continued growth, progress, and success in the years ahead. With appreciation and respect, Terry Godey, Supervisor, Bedford Charter Township.
Thank you.
Welcome.
There.
You made it.
So I will say that when I ran for supervisor, I was working in the state EMS office. And I probably could have handled that. I traveled some with that position. But I am working for a national company now, and my travel is a lot more extensive than it was with the state. And I'm feel like I'm doing half jobs, and I don't want to do that to you guys. I feel like you need more. And this is 0 to do with the township, 100% to do with me. And I feel like I've let you down, and I'm sorry. So we need a motion to accept that. And I'll give you a copy if you'd like one.
Motion to accept.
Well, you gotta make a
Support.
motion. Oh, thank you.
Support. Right, that's what I just said.
Pardon? So there, any discussion? I don't need any discussion, but.
Or just change to the best.
We understand.
Understand.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Thank you.
but Yeah,
all.
work is
For, thank you.
a heavy load sometimes, so we do get it.
I love the township I live in, and I know there's good things that happen here, and I know there's a lot of good things to come, so. I apologize for sure.
You don't have to apologize. There you go. It's understood.
Life changes.
I know. All right, all right, we need to do a roll call,
Probably.
all right?
Ready?
Ready?
Trustee Menke,
Yes.
Clerk Farako, yes. Treasurer Davis,
Yes.
Trustee McKay,
Yes.
Trustee Blanchard,
Yes.
Trustee Hoskins.
Yes.
6 yes, motion carries.
All right. Next on the agenda is public comment. The rules are posted for review. Go ahead, Mr. Van Gotham. Citizen of the month. And Mrs. Van Gotham, that's right,
Obviously impromptu because I had no idea. I've been apprehensive since this last election and, the changes have been phenomenal. Give you credit for that.
Thank you.
And I don't know what we're gonna do here. If Cody's gonna be moved into the spot, excuse me, the deputy supervisor. I hope it continues on the track it's been since November's election. And it's truly. First time I felt good around here, what now? So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks, Peter.
Peter.
Just a second, Tom's coming, and then it'll be you.
No, I ain't gonna echo Pete's thought. No, you took on a tough job. You did a very good job. You come in prepared, you let the people know, you've tried to do the transparency. And it's been pushed by you, I believe. I mean, the help of the board you got, I'm not taking nothing away from that. But thank you very much for your time and effort,
Thank
and
you.
we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you
in
so
the
much.
future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, I had a whole list.
Here we go.
Man, here we go. 3 minutes, no. Thank you. And you should in no way feel like you've let us down. So I'll start with that. Yeah, like a whole list here, but I don't really understand if any of that makes sense anymore. So I'll just start with, I guess, we've heard a lot tonight about, we're gonna do the car, we'll do the cemetery, this, that, and the other. I'm gonna be a broken record again, but the public does not have this information. Where are we putting the cemetery stuff? Where, you said you gave the mileage stuff to the board, that's important to me. And I think to other members of the public too, that we have the same information that you guys have. Kudos to whoever got the packet situation straightened around, that was easily openable and everything else this time around, so that was good. We heard about a park meeting and they're working on, the Fall Fest. We've got county money from the millage that we have to spend, I believe, correct? It's August. It's use it or lose it. I would really hate to see us lose that, lose that as far as that goes. We're talking about ordinance creation. I know a little bit about that. That is a lot of work. I was going to recommend special meetings, Trustee Hoskins. That is a good way to do it because it's the only thing you can talk about. And it also allows, I feel like, the team, at least in my experience, to feel more comfortable expressing their ideas when you only have that one thing to worry about. Personnel policy, glad that we are gonna take a little bit more of a look like that. Heard a lot of talk about compensation. And I guess that will bring me to I guess what I feel is very important here for the 6 remaining board members. So we've had a lot of churn in the township in the last 5 years. I think this is a great opportunity for us to try and get this right this time. And compensation is a huge part about that. Terry, I know, obviously your situation didn't allow you to take another salary and, we're appreciative of everything that you did. But moving forward, you cannot ask a person to just totally turn their life upside down under the structure that we have right now, whether it's $500, whether it's you go back to a full-time supervisor with the benefits and stuff. Like, the township is just way different. I mean, running out of time, but I mean, just you've got park money, you've got to do a fire station to rebuild, roads, meetings with, other legislative folks. You should be going to the county meetings. You're doing ordinances. That is a lot to ask the supervisor to do, because that's going to be who oversees that. Compensation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, board members. Greg Moore, Community Affairs Manager with Consumers Energy. First item I wanted to touch on was, I think your minutes reflected, we did send out the notice of commencement of construction for the Spring Creek project. And just to let you know, we should have an update coming out, our newsletter this week, if not tomorrow on Thursday. But I wanted to just let you know, there's not going to be a lot happening in Bedford for a little while. We're going to be doing some grading out there to get the roads ready to come in. But there's so much fencing and everything that has to be done up in Berry County. They won't be doing that. I asked this morning at our construction meeting whether we're going to do any fencing other than maybe the silt fencing, which is required, for ecological purposes. There won't be any fencing or anything going up for some time. So we will keep you updated as those things happen. Second, to your soliciting procedure, I think I mentioned this a year or so ago when I was here, but I wanted to reiterate it because a lot of people are not aware that gas service in the state of Michigan is deregulated. So you can get your gas from anyone. And you'll often see, we haven't seen this so much lately, but people will go door to door and often call you asking to switch your gas service. So that is not illegal. That's not necessarily a scam. But one thing I would recommend to you is whatever you do not give them your account number. If they're at your door, don't show them your bill. If they call you on the phone, don't give them that account number. We all remember the days of slamming and cramming with our phone service. The same thing can happen with your gas service. So certainly look at the value, look at the different programs they offer. Do not give them your account number. And then I appreciate Fire Chief raising the issue of the down wires tonight. We're back in storm again as of 5 o'clock, seems like every 2 weeks. This has been a very tough year. But in addition, and we did have, unfortunately, a young child that was electrocuted in the northern lower part of the state that did come in contact with a down wire a month or two ago during a storm. And so it's just a constant reminder to please, as the chief said, stay away from those down wires. Even if they do not look hot, you don't know that from just looking at them. So, and the other item we've had a lot of issues with so far this year is traffic, distracted driving. So in the last month, we've had 3 accidents where people have rear-ended our vehicles, parked at stoplights. They've smashed into the back of our vehicles and 1 side swipe. And unfortunately, for the first time in a number of years, we had a death in the family, so to speak. One person ran a stop sign, contacted the rear of one of our trucks that had the lift bucket on it, caused it to roll and killed the driver. So that hits our family hard, as you might imagine. And so we just please ask people who are out on the roads to pay attention to what you're supposed to be doing, which is driving that vehicle. Stay off your cell phones. Make sure you're not screaming at your kids in the back. Focus on what your primary role is. And don't have time to say, but congratulations and thank you for the work. It's difficult to try and balance public service with a job, and you've done a good job and brought a lot of stability to this township. So thank you.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi. Probably no, I just became very aware that I know who my rescue is, but I guess according to Cody, all of you guys that are new didn't even know that we existed in the township. Although Barry did because he owns property right across the street from my house. And some of the fire people have been to my house. And also code enforcement has been to my house. So there are people in official capacities here that do know kind of what we have done for over 2 decades here in the township. I have 5.2 acres. And talking to Cody and I believe the guy in the black shirt one day after one of the meetings.
Mike.
And after one of the meetings last fall, I'd asked him what kind of a permit I needed to have for my farm. And at that time I was told I fit into the compensation thing or whatever the name is for a legal non-conforming. Because when I first bought my property, I actually had a full farm with cows, pigs, chickens, goats, and sheep. Okay, it has since evolved as I've gotten older. I don't rescue horses anymore. I don't rescue large animals anymore. We had an alpaca there for a while and an emu at times, because I did all that. It's centered on to being an animal rescue for cats and dogs in our area. And what happened last fall, which some of you are aware of, a person that was angry at me when I didn't answer her questions or didn't respond to her like she thought, she decided she didn't even live in our township. She lives in Bedford Township. She decided to call animal control and report my rescue. Okay, so I started that off thing, and that's when I started coming here. We went to the county commissioner who said we needed to get a special use permit. When I came here and with a couple of my volunteers are here at that meeting, we met with Cody out in front, and he said he didn't think so. He thought all we need, and he also told that to one of my other volunteers on the phone verbally, that he thought we all would fit into the non-conforming. So I didn't go forward with all of that, but since then I've been given 28 citations for having dogs over the amount. Back in October, animal control enforced that, this could be longer, I'm sorry, that I needed to be putting dogs down. I ended up euthanizing over 25, 30 dogs in my rescue because I took dogs, and I have always taken dogs that aren't necessarily adoptable. I have cut back, I've gone down, and I agree that I have to have less, but right now I have 34 dogs on my property. As soon as I realized I needed to put in a special use permit, I did pay the $500 and submitted my application last Thursday. So it will be coming to all of you as far as a board decision, and so I wanted to introduce myself a little bit more. Some of the people out here live in our township, some don't. All of them are. Can I go on or do I need to stop?
Oh, you have to,
So I just wanted to introduce you because they all.
I'm glad you did.
With this, so I just
Okay.
wanted to bring that to your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? All right. Next is elected officials and trustees' personal privilege. Oh, sorry. That's okay.
I know what to do, but we need Tracy's rescue. A lot of these dogs around here would be put down, beat up. My dog and both my cats come from her place. She does what people don't do, what people turn their back on. Even when she's full, if there's people that have a dog that's being abused, she'll get up and leave in the middle of the night and get it. Whatever she needs to be done, she needs the help. We need Roar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Timer.
My name's Mary Bochers. I've worked with Tracy for the last 5 years with animal rescue. I volunteer, I foster. She's taught me a lot. She's done a lot for Bedford Township. She's done a lot for her neighbors, a lot of people. She's done spay, neuter, trapping, trap release. She tries to help people keep their animals. I mean, this is a very, very important organization for this community. And I can't say enough for the great things that she has done for people in the city of Calhoun County, in Bedford Township. She's done a lot. Her neighbors even rely on her to help with animals. I mean, a sick kid comes in, she's right there. We get it vetted, you know, get everything done for the animals. So it's very important that we can keep this rescue going. Very important.
Thank you.
Hello, folks. My name is Todd Boschers, volunteer at the rescue squad, or at the, let's be rescue squad, at the rescue. I'm also their chaplain. I'm an ordained minister. You have to realize that animals don't have a voice. That lady right here is her voice. Animals, we've seen too many animals abused. We have seen too many animals abused. We see animals that are out there and they're strays, but he takes care of the strays. They come into herd. You have to realize too that every cent that is raised for this organization doesn't have any overhead. It goes directly to the animals. Directly to the animals, 100%. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you. My name is Melanie and I moved to Augusta actually a couple years ago. I bought a home and I work with Tracy. I am a foster and I'm on the board. And I wanted to come in tonight to support her and just kind of talk a little bit more and elaborate on what the organization is and is not. It is a foster-based rescue, so she doesn't actually run a business out of her home there in the neighborhood, so that preserves the feel of, you know, the urbanish area that she's in, so she doesn't have cars and people coming in and out of there. She doesn't actually do adoptions in her home. We do them at Pet Supplies Plus in Battle Creek. And, you know, she's just providing a great service, and the special use permit she's applied for is to be able to help and still keep these kind of sanctuary animals that she has and have not been able to place. And, you know, comply with everything possible that the township is requiring. And she just wants to do the right thing. And that's all she's wanted to do for the past 20 years that she's been here. And her heart and soul is in this. And she just needs the support and help to really focus on what she's good at. And she gets out there and she does this day in and day out. I can tell you, because I've been right there with her on kitten rescues and dog rescues. And it's just a fantastic service to the community. So I hope that, you know, it's hopefully a very simple process for the approval to happen. She's willing to comply with any kind of inspections or audits, whatever has to happen to comply with that. She will be willing to be right there with that. So I just ask to, you know, consider that if you want any more information, if anybody wants more information about the organization, feel free to reach out. There's a Facebook page for Reflections Outcast Animal Rescue. There's a website called roar.pet. You know, we'll provide you with any information that you'd like. So
Roar.pet.
Roar.pet. Yes.
We are 501c3 recognized.
Okay.
rescue, Plus we are a nonprofit corporation within Michigan.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
My name's Gary Pratt and I've lived in Bedford approximately since 2019. And in 2020, I heard through another volunteer that's not with her currently that she had a dog for adoption. And she told me a little bit about this dog, that it was a Labrador mix. And so I decided to pursue that. And I have the dog still today. It's been a wonderful animal. She took care of all the vaccinations that are required first and everything right up front. And just a wonderful dog, just sort of part of myself, you could say. They Matt's best friend. So I just wanted to throw that in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments?
Don't want to say much, but I'm Nancy, so I live in Bedford Township, and this lady is wonderful. She could tame a lion. Her sleep, her food, everything, just for those animals. And if they want to take it away, you're gonna fight the community.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I can just add to my comment.
You can't, I'm sorry.
Can we ask Cody a question?
Sure.
The special use permit that she paid the 500, what will that entitle her to?
So it'd be, up to 30 dogs, I believe, if I'm remembering right. We went over it the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I printed off the
Yeah.
requirements for it. She just applied for it this past Thursday.
Okay.
So we're just getting started on that process, but yeah, and then it just dictates, what times they can't be left outside and, things like that.
And does that allow cats as well, or is there no?
I believe it's a 30 animals, or is it specifically
It
30
says
dogs?
30 dogs on there,
Okay.
but the cats that we have are,
The
I
catch
don't
and
have to
release.
answer that, is I don't keep a lot of the cats on my property, which
Okay.
was proven when code enforcement came.
You guys should not be talking about this.
Okay.
I've sat there long enough and listened to enough. This is not a good idea for the board to engage in this kind of conduct with an applicant. And that's all I'm gonna say. But if you wanna continue.
Right.
To have at it.
All right.
Is that planning commission?
That is
Yeah,
100%.
it is. Okay.
And the zoning administrator should say something and should have said something about 15 minutes ago.
All right. Elected officials and trustees' personal privilege. Trustee McKay.
I'm just going to say, sorry to see you leave. Done a marvelous job,
Thank you.
and I'm gonna miss you a lot.
Thank you.
That's all I want to say.
Thank you. Very kind. Trustee Hoskins.
Yeah, a couple of things. Rain that we've been getting, I noticed on Michigan Avenue, the flooding is really, really bad there. I don't know if it's like clogged drains that we have there, or it could be looked into, because it's heavy rain flow. When we get a lot of rain, it's really hard to drive in that lane. So everybody's over there, and I've noticed, again, sorry to see you go. And I think that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Trustee Meinke.
Well, thanks everyone for coming. Your input matters. Yeah, the rain, Michigan is one of the worst roads for water. When I come down here for the meeting, people were like hydroplaning going all over, so something probably needs to really be looked at in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're sorry, so you're leaving, I mean,
Thank you.
just getting started.
I know. Trustee Blanchard.
It's gonna sound like a broken record, but thank you for your service. The tone and the productivity of the meetings, I think, has definitely taken a turn in the right direction, and hopefully whoever attempts to fill your shoes will keep that going in that direction. So the other thing on the solicitors, when and if they do come around and ask you for your information, just be very careful. I've had them be very aggressive even with me, and I'm 6'1", 275 pounds, they've demanded to see my utility bill, or they've threatened to shut my gas off because according to them, Sumco doesn't own the gas. They provide the gas to Sumco. So just don't do anything that you're not comfortable with doing, and always reach out to the authorities. Just be safe.
True that. Treasurer Davis.
I just want to say that I'm sad that you're leaving. I mean, I feel like there's some of us that have became close friends, they're like family. And I think that you have done a phenomenal job with what you've walked into and that we as the township will miss you.
Thank you.
You're gonna be hard to replace.
Well, no, thank you. That was very nice. Clerk Bracco?
So thank you to the board for the hard work tonight. It was, we have a lot ahead of us. Thank you to the residents for staying and being engaged in the meeting. And then to Supervisor Godey.
You can start crying now.
You've made such a lasting impact. You will be missed.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate everyone and thank you all. I apologize if I let any of you down. But I'm still gonna live in the township, so you're still gonna have to put up with me a little bit. But thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for those of you who spoke. We appreciate it. And we will call the meeting adjourned at 7:46.